What's up guys, Shane of Fugatech 3D Printing, and today we're going to do some prints with the September MakerBox. Welcome back guys. As I said, we're going to check out the September MakerBox, and if you're unfamiliar with the MakerBox program, it is a subscription service that you pay to. It's $19 a month. They send you 4 filaments that they get companies to send them as samples, and then you get those, you get to print them and try it out. They also have a bi-monthly version for the international customers to be cheaper on the shipping and customs, I believe, for them, which contains 8 samples, so it's every other month, so you get your 2 months worth. 4 in every month equals 8. Math people, and that's how you get it. So I like getting these. It's a great way to learn different filaments and to test things out and to see what else is out there that you normally don't shop for. I don't normally look for a lot of other filaments. I usually mainly use PLA and some wood filaments are my favorites, but to get some other ones in here, they're good to see. So let's see what came in this month. All right, so up first we have the paperwork, which they included 2 of. Yep, they're the same, so we only need 1. And it tells you all the discount codes on what they are and how to get it. So it's actually, they now do it under extrudingknowledge.com/codes, and you enter in the code here, and that shows you all the discount codes for each of the filaments. They no longer put it on the bag, and they no longer include it on a card in the box. You have to go to their website to get it now. Okay, so also in here we have a MicroSys coupon, which is awesome. And there's only 1,000 coupons, which is interesting. And there's 150%, 250 40%, 530%, 120%, and 50 winners of a free nozzle. So you go on to their website, enter the code, and see if you're a winner. That's pretty boss. And it expires the end of October. So October 31st, this expires. So I will have to do that. Oh, we also have a printed solid card. You get a discount code. I'm guessing there is some filament in here from them. And then there's a Nyforce carbon fiber sticker. That's a nice little one. Now let's see what nope. Before we do that, more Jelly Belly jelly beans. My kids love those. Now let's look at the filament that we got. All right, starting with the top, we have PETG Pro from Atomic Filament, and it looks like a translucent blue. It's nice, PETG. All right, the settings: hot end temperature 230 to 245 C, bed temperature 60 to 75 C, speed 30 to 60 millimeters per second. It is non-abrasive. And the info: a new color of Atomic PETG Pro made for MakerBox and now available to all. Well, that's kind of cool. They made a custom color just for the MakerBox. And it looks, like I said, it looks like a nice translucent blue. So this will look pretty cool. Can't wait to try it. All right, so now we have Glowfill from Colorfab, and Colorfab makes some pretty good filament, so I have high hopes for this, but let's look at the settings. Hot end temperature 195 to 220 C, bed temperature 50 to 60 C, speed 30 to 60 millimeters per second. It is abrasive, so glow-in-the-dark filaments are abrasive due to the particles that are in them. They will tear apart a brass nozzle, so make sure you use a hardened nozzle for this. Hence the Micro Swiss discount that they do, which I like how MakerBox does that. Anyways, the info: a PLA PHA blend that glows in the dark for longer lasting glow, print time with 100% infill, and let the print sit in sunlight for a bit. That is interesting. Now there isn't enough filament here for me to do my Maker coin in 100% infill, but I think I should be able to figure out how to make it the highest infill I can with still using this. I believe there's 16 meters here, but I will hit up Nick, who runs MakerBox, and confirm with him. That way I can be sure not to run out from the print, because that would suck. But this should be fun. Okay, now we have Advanced PLA from 3D Fuel in a burnt orange look. It looks brighter on the screen, but it's actually kind of like a burnt orange, I'd say. All right, the settings: hot end temperature 190 to 230 C, bed temperature 0 to 60 C, speed 30 to 60 millimeters per second. It is non-abrasive, as PLA. The info: a high temperature PLA with great strength characteristics. If I could actually talk. This color is a limited edition color, only available in the autumn. So yeah, burnt orange. I like it. That is actually a very nice color. I'm liking it more and more now. So this should be fun to see how my coin turns out. All right, and finally, from FiberForce Italy, we have carbon fiber nylon. That is an interesting combination. So 2 months ago, I believe it was the July box, had carbon fiber ABS. So that was interesting. Now we have carbon fiber nylon. All right, the settings: hot end temperature 240 to 260 C, bed temperature 20 to 70 C, speed 30 to 90 millimeters a second, so that's pretty fast. It is abrasive, so again, use that reinforced nozzle. And the info: composed of tough nylon reinforced with carbon fibers, best with glue stick on the bed, and no cooling fan. So I'll have to make sure I make a note of that in my settings. I like how they tell you whether there's a fan or not is needed, because some of these filaments like this, I would have to go online and try and figure that out, but they tell you right here. That's how it should be. I like that. All right, well, let's get on with the time lapses and see how all these turn out. All right, so welcome back. So the very first thing I will say is I did not do a spool again this month. I'm sorry for that, but I did get a good comment last month's on June or July. So I think I got a comment. So that was one I'm going to do for October's box. I'm going to print that soon, so I have it ready to go. But when this box came in, I wasn't expecting it so soon, and I just wanted to hurry up and get this done and get it out as soon as possible. So next month I will have one. But now let's dive into the prints and see how they turned out. All right, so first up we have PETG Pro by Atomic Filaments, and I have to say it came out absolutely great. As you can see, there was just a little bit of stringing there, which happens with PETG. That and blobs do happen, but I didn't have any blobs, just a little bit of stringing. I cleaned up most of it, but there was like maybe a little 2 or 3 left here. Top layers, great. Side layers, absolutely great. Bottom, beautiful. This is printed on PEI without any problem at all. And then over top of the supports was great, and the supports came off very easily. This was, like I said, this is like kind of like a translucent blue, and I guess love the shine. The shine is just great. But yeah, this printed beautifully. I would love to print more of this, but it prints just like every other PETG I've had, and I can't complain about the quality from it. All right, up next here we have Glowfill by Colorfab. I had high hopes for this because it's Colorfab and they do great things. But sad to say, I had way too many issues with this filament. As you can see, this is not a complete print. The top, I would say, 1/6 of the print, so probably the top 10 to the 13%, I guess, did not finish because I had a horrible clog. I cleared the clog, cleaned my nozzle, ran some other filament through, went to reprint, just a smaller version because I did this with 50% infill. Actually, this was like a 60-some%, I think. Either way, I went to print again and clog again. Tried a third time and yet a third clog. So I said, you know what, I'm done with this filament. I'm moving on to the next thing. So I can't say right now how it glows. I just kind of wanted to look at the quality. And it was coming out okay, but due to the high infill, these walls, I mean, were just absolutely horrendous. First layers were fine, over top the support was fine, but I had horrible curling here on the back. So when it's printing, you might see I brought my little trowel in and I just kind of pushed down this top part up here because this just kept curling so badly due to the high infill. And that just, I mean, I don't know how they expect you to do 100% infill and get a decent model. I mean, unless it doesn't have any curves or anything, which kind of is what the point. And it just, you know, I didn't like it. There's too many issues with it. It did stick down well to the PEI, but after it just got up there, I tried my best to try and babysit it and watch it, make sure I kept that down, but it didn't work. So now I will leave this outside and then we'll come back in real quick so you can see how this looks. All right, so here it is. That glows really, really bright. This is just with a flashlight on it, and I mean, it is quite intense of a glow. You can see the glow just on my fingers. So yeah, I mean, this glow-in-the-dark filament is pretty sweet. I guess I'm not too happy about the way it printed, but either way, the glow from it is quite outstanding. So again, I tried printing this with the max infill that I could. It was going to end up being 14 meters of the 16.5 that come in every one of these samples. So every one of these samples is 16.5 meters. And I got as close to that as I could, being safe, you know, just erring on the side of caution in case Simplify 3D's estimate was off. So this was cool, but it didn't work out that well, so I'm not really a fan. All right, now we have Advanced PLA by 3D Fuel, and this is in their like burnt orange, which is limited edition for the autumn. The color, fantastic. The stringing, I'm not too happy about. This was printed on the Select Mini, which has to, you have to do special retraction when you do Bowden setups. I normally don't get stringing with PLA prints, but this one I did. And I wasn't too happy about that. I guess I would need to either lower my temperature or up my retraction for this filament. So it's something to note for anyone else that's printing this on a Bowden setup. But I mean, other than that, it printed like PLA. I mean, you have a little bit of the layer adhesion issues there, but overtop support was great. You know, the walls were fairly smooth, a little bit of ringing, but that's something I need to correct on the Select Mini. That's not the filament itself. Other than that, I mean, the color is just absolutely fantastic. I wish I had more of it to print more fall, autumn things. Some things for Thanksgiving would be great, but it was good. Just need to watch my retraction and the temperature on this one. All right, and finally we have carbon fiber nylon by Fiber Force Italy. This stuff is cool. I had to print it twice because I had a snag. Whenever I was originally printing, the filament was not wound, I guess, as best as they usually wind them. So I did have a snag in there and it just couldn't pull through. So it got, I'd say, about a third of the way and then just kept going without printing anything. But I reprinted and this came out beautiful. I mean, you can't even see any of the layers on this thing. I mean, it's just amazing. The bottom came out fairly well. Bottom layers were good. A little bit of the kind of on the angles here, a little bit of non-sticking on the layers, a layer adhesion, I don't know, one non-sticking. But the layer adhesion was not great on these overhangs here, which happens with the model, and that's kind of why I like it. I can see overhangs, I can see how it does over support, which did great. First layers were good. You know, it is strong. I mean, it's carbon fiber nylon. I can't push this. I mean, this usually flexes a little bit, but I mean, it's fairly strong. And the top layers just came out great. There were no issues there at all. It printed great. I would love to get some more of this and print some more practical items with it and see how they would hold out. So I like this one. So there you have it, guys. The good and the bad of this month. Again, the only bad one really was the Glowfill, and maybe it's just because I've only printed with like 2 other glow-in-the-dark filaments, but because it's said to print with a real high infill, I tried that and it just was not cooperating. So I'm not really a fan of that. Maybe they just gave bad instructions from Colorfab to MakerBox, what they told them to do, or whether they made that decision. I don't know. Either way, I didn't like that one, but the other ones were great. I hope I can maybe try some more of these out in the future. And that's what this is about, trying out new filament and seeing what it's like and getting limited edition colors like this. And we've got other ones from Protopasta before. So that's really fun to see how those are. So I'll do a plug right here. If you guys want to subscribe to MakerBox, down below there's going to be a link. Please use that link and there's going to be a coupon code. That'll get you 15% off your first box, which you can only get 10% off on the website. Using my code gets you 15% off, and with your subscription, it gets me a little tally mark, and once I get 3, I get a free box. This month, thankfully, I did have free. My October box, not so much. I didn't get enough people in the last month to, purchase them, but that's okay. So if you guys want to get this, again, down below, use the link, use the coupon code, get 15% off, and you'll be on your way. So thanks for watching, guys. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, thumbs down. Talk to me in the comments down below. If you want to help me out, best way to do it is subscribe. If you want to support me financially, right here at Patreon link. Donate $1 more. Greatly appreciate it. Current Patreons, you guys are awesome. If you want to help me out without spending your money, well, you do, but you don't. Affiliate links down below. A little slice of what you buy comes back to me. There's all kinds of vendors down there, so please check those out. And click over here to see some other content that I've posted. So until next time, guys, happy printing.